I'm going to turn a blog post quickly into a presentation, and I'll use a couple of AI tools to do it. Getting them formatted correctly for QCAM takes a couple tricks, so I'll go through it, and I think you'll be surprised. The new version of QCAM really creates a stage where anything can be presented very easily. So I'm asking it to write a blog post about the use of food in literature. It's very fast. There we go. We have our little layout format as markdown code. That's what we want. We're going to copy this. And now I'll go into a text editor. I'll get a blank document, paste that all in. I want the teleprompter text to be right underneath the headline. So I've cleaned up my text, and now we'll go to QCAM. And so I'll bring up a new document, paste this guy in, and there we have it. We have a whole bunch of text with headlines, but I don't want the headlines to be underneath the main picture. I want it to be on the left, and I want to adjust the spacing so that it takes up most, and I'm going to put a graphic over there. That's the reason. Symbols and metaphors, that can be our last one that we do. Okay, now look at all this text. I can now use that to generate images. And the tool I use for this is Grock 3. It's very good. It uses the same diffusion technology to create images as we use for language. And Grock is pretty quick, and their graphics are fairly good. My trick here is to screen grab this, and that saves it as a JPEG that I can use in QCAM. There we go. So we've got an image. I'm grabbing the text from slide number 2, and it's following my instructions very nicely. This process, I think, can only get easier and better as time goes on, but getting text generated, taking that into a structure in QCAM, generating images with little formatting changes, and you are good to go. Let's come back to QCAM and insert those graphics correctly. We're going to start with this one. So I could drop it over here, or I could drop it over here. And I want to drop it as an inline image so that it and the headline are in the dark space, and then I'm off to the side, rather than to have me in a little bubble and the graphic taking over everything. Take that image, put it over here. I get a green plus. There we go. So I've made 2 cards here, and that's enough to show how things work, and I'll play the presentation. So how food shapes literature really positions food as more than just sustenance. It's a seeding for culture, emotion, and narrative in literature. And the atmosphere that it creates, a lavish dinner party, is different than humble meal in a small village or weeding through trash cans. And there you have it. We've got a way to produce a workflow that easily brings the latest of technology into your hands for presentation to your audience.